course, this story has been dragging on for the last few years, with people on both sides of the argument all saying that their airport is better. Heathrow says they're better with a third runway, and they say that Gatwick would be inappropriate, while Gatwick say that a second runway would provide London with what they need. Now the Mayor has weighed onto the argument, saying that the Prime Minister and her newly appointed Transport Secretary need to make a decision and make it fast. Get on with it. That was his speech today, saying that they needed to stop dragging their heels and make this decision a top priority. But he didn't just say that, he also weighed into the debate, saying that he backs Gatwick as an airport, not only on the grounds that he says it will bring 1.2 billion in investment over the next 5 years, but it also will mean that there'll be less pollution in the capital and it'll meet all the quotas necessary for aviation standards. Earlier on, we spoke to the Mayor and he set out why he thinks this decision should be taken as soon as possible.
Message to the new Prime Minister is firstly congratulations, but now you've got to get on and give the green light to a new runway at Gatwick Airport. Dithering and delay doesn't help anybody. Heathrow's not an option. A new runway at Heathrow would lead to years of legal challenges, many obstacles, and that allows our competitors in France, in Germany, in Netherlands, in the Middle East to have an even further head start. So a message to the Prime Minister is say yes to a new runway at Gatwick Airport. There's nowhere near the problems with air quality or with noise. It's cheaper, no public subsidy. We could have a new runway up and running by the next Parliament, which means jobs, trade and investment in London and in our country, which can only be a good thing. The new Prime Minister has decided to put in a cabinet people who feel quite passionately, as I do, that a new runway at Heathrow is not the solution. That will lead to blight, that will lead to further issues around noise, even worse air quality in London. It'll be very expensive, lead to all sorts of problems. And so it's good to have allies in the cabinet. But a new runway at Gatwick, nowhere near the problems, no public subsidy, no problems around air quality and noise. We get the jobs, the growth, the investment, more trade coming in. And what's great about Gatwick's announcement today is it shows the confidence they've got in London. It shows the confidence they've got in our country. Look, post the Brexit result, there's some uncertainty. The best thing the Prime Minister can do to provide reassurance and certainty and to show we're open for business is to say yes to a new runway at Gatwick. Me as the Mayor of London, I'm saying to the Prime Minister, say yes sooner rather than later.
Well, his decision comes in defiance of what the Airport Commission told everyone about this time last year, saying that Heathrow's third runway was the way to go. This, of course, prompted a lot of discussion, a lot of debate and a lot of protest from many people on different sides of the political spectrum, not just anti-pollution and congestion protesters, but also people from the Conservative Party who staked their reputation on it. You may remember in the mayoral election, Sadiq Khan said he was backing a Gatwick second runway and would fight a Heathrow third runway in a rare show of agreement with his rival Zach Goldsmith, who he contested for the role of mayor. This, of course, came into contention when the then Transport Secretary Patrick McLaughlin said after the EU referendum vote, in which the UK voted to leave the European Union, that there needed to be further investigation into pollution, into congestion and into the compensation that would be needed in order to provide Heathrow with a third runway, because lots of people would have to be compensated around in that area. Gatwick is a very busy airport, of course, but we can't expect to see whether this decision will be made until at least October, as the report into this will be delayed.